Welcome back to Latte Hour. Let's jump right in. So, today I had a thought cross my mind, but just a little bit of background on how I arrived at this thought. For the last year or so, I've been listening to a lot of NDEers, that's near death experiencers, and then also a lot of OBEers, and that's outer body experiencers. And particularly a lot of Darius J. Wright and the testimonies that he posts, and a lot of his interviews. He has described a time when humanity will be completely free, when all of these control systems will have collapsed. And so the thought that crossed my mind was, well, once we get to the other side, are we going to make sure that we teach the history of this place accurately so that we don't repeat the same mistakes? For example, are we going to teach our children how the law system unfairly targeted people of color, but also presented a lot of issues for all races on this planet? Are we going to tell them, and this is particularly for the US, and I guess any other societies that this applies to, are we going to tell them how they tax the people into poverty? Are we going to make sure to tell them that there was artificial scarcity, and this is Mr. Wright's words, artificial scarcity? Are we going to make sure that we tell them that? And with me being US based, are we also going to analyze how we were so easily manipulated in the quote unquote land of the free? Because it doesn't feel very free when you have to pay taxes. It doesn't feel very free when you're working all of these hours and everything in the store is increasing in price. It doesn't feel very free when there are restrictions on places you can go, and especially if you're a person of color, restrictions on places you can go more, and feel safe. So are we going to come together and collectively raise our consciousness and make sure that we carry on the stories of the past to prevent those from happening again? So that's just the thought that was on my mind today. So let me know what you think, or what other lessons learned that we should consider when we finally reach the other side of the tunnel. And I want to say, I know Darius always says, make sure we're taking action, and that's something that really also resonates with me as well, because I know I did a podcast a little while back about this. My saying is, personally, if I complain, I change. And so while we're making these small changes to get to the other side, I want us to really consider, what does that other side look like? And I know Mr. Wright also mentioned that when people arrive to the afterlife, or that's also called the other side, when people arrive to the afterlife, pretty much the rule there is you do anything you want as long as you don't harm any other soul. And so how can we bring that type of society here? And so thinking about these things is a good starting place to getting us to that post-societal collapse, post-control system collapse, right? So that was pretty much all I wanted to discuss with you all today. Hopefully give you something to do some research on, and hopefully you've had a good latte. I'm on my way out to go find me one. I haven't had one today yet, and it's getting late, so hopefully I will find a good one. And bye now.